leadership of Kashim Shettima, he was a Senate Committee Interior before it was concurrently sent to the House of Rep for concurrent hearing. And to the glory of God, after the due diligence they have done in the Senate, it was transmitted to the House of Rep for concurrent hearing. First concurrent was done, second, third, and clause by clause consideration before the bill was transmitted to Mr. President for assent. But there are some clauses then that probably delayed the assent. This afternoon, when I read through the news that the bill has undergone first reading in the House of Rep, I was surprised. It's born out of patriotism, because the 10th Assembly that is not even up to a month, and for them to have considered this important bill, they believe that Nigeria should be free of criminalities. And one of the major importance of this bill is to detect and prevent forest crime. I could remember during the public hearing in the Senate, one of the senators said, this bill is long overdue, judging by what is happening in our forest space. And the vice president himself, who chaired the committee, he said when he was a governor, he formed a series of JTF to work with consultant authority in Borno State in order to curb crimes and criminality in the Northeast, and in particularly Borno State. So for the 10th Assembly to have reconsidered this bill, that means they are giving Nigeria hope that in a no distant time, crimes and criminality will be tackled by the activity of Nigeria Hunter and Forest Security Service in the forest space, so that farmers can go to the farms without any fear. To the glory of God, I was in Jimeta, Adamawa, last year, where I was confirmed as Jagaba Jimeta, because one of the kinsmen of the emir was kidnapped, and a ransom of 170 million was demanded. It was our member that went to rescue the sheep without paying a dime. And with this, I was confirmed Jagaba Jimeta. 2 weeks ago, I was with Oni of Ife in Southwest. He made it as a point of duty to reach to the presidency that this is one of the bills, and it has to be accepted to, so that farmers can go to their farms, children can go to their school without being fear that maybe they could be killed or they could be kidnapped on the road. So it's one of the reasons why we are here. And lastly, I want to inform my media friends that this organization have done a lot in tackling security and security challenges for grassroots transformation in Nigeria, even without the legislative or the consulted backup, because it's our interest that Nigeria must be free from criminalities. So with this, I believe if this bill is endorsed by law and accepted to, I believe it will strengthen the capacity of the officer to work hand in hand with constituted authority like the police, the army, and the DSS. So for us to have a crime-free environment for economic prosperity. Thank you. God bless you.
I remain Aminu Balele, member representing Dus Amakuru Federal Constituency from Katsina State. The most interesting issue lately is the challenging facing our peoples, which everybody knows it is a security question. I was so lucky to raise a motion supported by my highly respected colleagues, and what it, I think the committee has already been we have has been set up, which they are going to look into the issue, the causes, and the way forward. Secondly, we move ahead and raising some, motions yesterday and today, and I was so lucky. Out of my motions and bills, 4 of my bills succeeded for the first reading. Bills on Federal College of Education, Agriculture, Kurpi, Northwest Development Commission, and National Library of Nigeria, and also a sort of commission which is going to support the issue of insecurity. That is Nigerian Hunters and Forest, a sort of commission has received the first reading today. So Alhamdulillah, I think we have achieved a lot, and I think those I'm representing knows our capacity, what we can achieve, and we have gone far in achieving so many things within my constituency in terms of motion and bills, and which affects the national issues. When you are talking about the insecurity, you can't run away from moving with hunters, because they are the people who know the terrain of the area. They are the people who knows where the criminals are, where they can lead the security forces, either police, DSS, army, armed forces, or whichever you think of. These hunters are very critical. And also, if you assess or analyze what is happening in Northwest, we have a lot of IDPs. We have a lot of largely unemployment. As a result of what? As a result of largely, if you look at what is happening this farming season, a lot of our people cannot go to the farm, cannot go and farm due to this insecurity. And a lot lost their houses, abandoned their houses. So the quickest way is for the government to intervene. Government cannot intervene without coming out with this kind of ideas of, let's create a commission, whereby quickly the commission can address those kind of issues in terms of IDPs and other things, in terms of employment, in terms of even assisting the farmers to go and farm, how to protect the youth, those in secondary schools, also the children in primary school. If I give you one very good example, take one word out of my 21 words in Kurfi, that is Wurma. We have over 17 primary schools. It's only 2 today are functioning. Out of 17, 15 or 17, it's only 2 is functioning.
Why is that?
Insecurity. 2, primary health care, the clinics. We have over 9 in these 2 wards, Wurma A and B. Maybe it's only 2 are functioning. So there is serious need for the government, there is serious need for international organization to come to our rescue or to intervene. There's no doubt about it. When people are, raising the issue, why Northwest Development Commission? I'm afraid they will come and see what is happening. A lot of people have already left their homes, left their houses, left their businesses. They cannot go to, agriculture is the mainstay of largely our economy. it creates over 70% in terms of employment. But today, not more than 2 or 5% or 10% are into that business. So it's very serious, and we are facing a lot of issues or challenges in terms of food security, employment, and other things. So I think if you look at the 4 bills presented between yesterday and today, are largely the bills which have been welcomed by not only northern part of Nigeria or my constituency, but even international organizations. Look at the question of library issue I raised. We are very lazy today. Largely, it's difficult for you to see a young chap moving to the modern library to go and do some researches and other things. Because those days, when we are in secondary school and even primary school, look at our libraries, are more effective than modern even libraries. So we need to create a culture of reading, research, and other things. No matter one sentiment, one cannot run away from the fact that what we raise in the chamber are the serious issues facing not only my constituency or my state or Nigeria, but this is like a sort of global issue. We are producing illiterates. Our farmers are largely neglected, are not protected. And look at it, they are the feeder, or they are the feeders of growing population. And more importantly, they are the sustainer of largely all the agro-based industries. Are we to go and continue importing from Malaysia, from Pakistan, from Ukraine? No. We need to quickly forget about this is constituency, this is state, this is region. We should think of Nigeria first. And inshallah, with people like you guys, we can achieve it. Thank you very much. As an economist, I'm too smart, I do believe in, I always respect Dr. Mansur Mukhtar, who is the Vice President of Islamic Development Bank. There is one cost which largely we have been taught about cost-benefit analysis. We used to hide our jokers. When you are presenting, a budget of something, you may have 1 or 2 jokers. So you used to hide it. Largely, whatever we are going to raise is a question of security issue. What is going to address the issue of security? Empowerment. And whatever we'll do, we'll make sure that the youth have been taken care of. I'm not neglecting the women because they give me the highest votes. I respect them. I respect the group. They are not going to be. So I give you in summary. I don't want to give you in details, but inshallah, if we are alive after October, after November, I'll give you the full details. I'm inviting you here. We shall come and celebrate. We are so lucky with the skills through. Na gode yanda kuka samu halin halarta kuka zo a cikin sababbin members daga Arewa, ko ga ya kamata ku zo ku ga issue din na murnar da kuka yi min my aides Rakiya Usman Jamilu Assalamu alaikum. So, the history of Nigerian security issues. We have achieved a lot within a short period of time. But the most interesting issue is we never met. I never know but I know the organization. But immediately after first reading of the bill, they just ambushed me. It's good, I appreciate. This is one interesting issue with Nigeria. Appreciation is part of our duty to protect and more importantly, to see whatever we can do in terms of laws of Nigeria. The bill has been passed by the 9th Assembly, but unfortunately not been assent by Mr. President. Based on Order 12 Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives, it has to be, or it can be represented. That is why today we succeeded in representing the bill. And luckily, after representing it for the first reading, waiting for the second and the third reading, and to see how we can push it so that Mr. President will assent it. It's rather, one must appreciate, within 2 hours of our sitting, we came out and those in charge or those who case, this bill is not for only your association or organization. This is a Nigerian bill. This is a bill for not only Nigeria or Africa, for world, because we are talking about security. Whether you are a farm, industrialist, businessman, or whatever profession you choose for your life, you need peace. And we understand that this is like a voluntary organization. It needs a speedy fast tracking. Whatever largely they are doing in terms of other things, taking care, logistics and other things, they sponsor themselves. So if we get people like them who are committing their resources, time, lives, for the betterment of Nigeria, why can't we come together and see how we can move forward? How can we move forward? Is to see that their structure is being established and they are regulated by government. Maybe if we are lucky through either Ministry of Interior or through NSA office, whichever. I don't want to preempt the bill. You know, we economists, we know how to hide some certain things. So I appreciate you, I appreciate your organization, and there is no doubt about it. The message, I assured you, will be delivered to Mr. Speaker and to the whole House, 359 today, inshallah, will hear your message, your appreciation. Thank you very much. And the most important segment of our society, we need to collaborate. That is the media. We need to collaborate, work together to see that we have achieved this bill. so that it becomes law. Inshallah, after the second reading, you will see what it contains, and we will look for your input. And what's the request that we have gone beyond that? We want the government to come in to see that even in the national budget, in the budget, they get something for logistics and other things. We are not trying to create another security outfit. So police, armed forces, please allow them to survive. Don't start coming out to say that we have to kill this. But please allow these guys to survive. They are not competing with police, civil defense, armed forces, even the DSS, the undercover. They are not competing with you guys. These people, they are doing it out of fashion. Out of fashion. If you look, let's assume let's assume we have a crisis in my local government, Kurfi or Dusama, where I'm representing, Dusama or Kurfi. Let's assume we have a crisis in Orma. There is existing crisis. Somebody who is a major or a colonel or a general, maybe from Calabar, he was being forced to go to Katsina. So was it a 17th battalion or whatever you call it in Katsina? There is a crisis there. You don't know the terrain of Burma. You have to use them. They know the geographical locations, they know the terrain, they know all the roads. So with them, they will assist. You cannot achieve without the home, those who are on the ground. You cannot achieve it. But inshallah, we'll continue to work together, particularly with you guys, to see how we can fast track and see how we can achieve the ascension of this. We'll fast it, inshallah, within a short period of time, and we'll follow it off. We are so lucky. In Bila, we have very good friends. Our dear former colleague, Femi is there. Right Honorable Femi is there. Our former speaker. We will work hand in hand to see that how it becomes law. And the beauty of the bill, I don't need to preempt it. It's something which we want them to come together to work with our security forces. Thank you very much. And more importantly, extend our unreserved appreciation to largely all your association members. And I know your commander in my local government or in my constituency in Kurfi, we have Noor Alima. And Dutama, we have Muhammad Kabir. So we are working hand in hand. They have done a lot. They have assisted the government, even during election, where we have a shortage of manpower. The security forces complement their efforts. So you are very critical to the society, very important to our society. Thank you very much. We'll continue supporting you, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to humbly present this maxim tag, the Jagaban, on behalf of the Nigerian Hunter and Forest Security Service, men and officers nationwide, to his Right Honorable Aminu Balele. Today, 12 day of July 2023. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.